How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back to another review. A little bit of Marzen time. A little bit of aged Marzen time in the form of Schlafly Brewing's Oktoberfest. Now, aged. Why aged? Because it is old. It's old. It's a bit over a year old. Usually when I go into these reviews, I go, okay, this beer's a little bit over a year old. Take that for what it's worth. You can definitely do that. But there's a little bit of a twist on this one. We don't really get a lot of Schlafly by me. Picks them up here and there in Jersey every now and then, but don't get a ton of it. But I was lucky enough to actually have the brewery send me off a little mixer, and this is in there. So I got this about a month ago, the mixer. So they sent me a year and 2 month old Marzen. So I feel like that's reviewable because they sent it to me. Anyway, let's see what else it says on the bottle. It says, Schlafly Oktoberfest is a traditional Marzen with a toasty malt aroma and slight caramel taste. This rich amber lager is balanced with German noble hops, while the lager yeast ferments cold and slow, creating a crisp beer, available seasonably. Oktoberfest, Schlafly, St. Louis Brewery, 5.5% alcohol by volume, and that'd be that. Label-wise, it's all the Schlafly labels, just a little bit different design. And like I said, it was bottled July 28, 2016. This is the 26th of September 2017. So a little bit over a year old. Why did they send it to me? Mistakes. Could be made, could be leftover stocks. It could also be that they didn't make the Oktoberfest this year yet. And they kind of wanted to showcase it. I don't know. But I have one. I'm going to pour it, I'm going to drink it, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Anyway, she pours just a bit under a pinky finger of head, and kind of almost gravity-defying creaminess there, nice, tight, compact, just off-white head with a bit of a nice caramel kind of haze here. I'm going to tell you right now, she looks pretty good. She looks a little bit, not even a little bit, quite a bit hazier than your typical Marzen looks, but it does have that kind of typical kind of copper mixed with orange, mixed with brown kind of hue that Marzens are typically brewed at, or brewed to. Let's put it that way. Let's see if we can get a nose on her. Spicy. A little bit of herbally spiciness. I don't think it's coming from the hop, but I think it's just a general kind of spiciness. Could be coming from the German hops. I mean, a year over a year old, depending on how it was refrigerated. You never know. But the overlying theme here is caramels. And soft caramels throughout. Soft caramel malt. You're getting like a soft caramel, kind of straight up kind of caramel. You get a little bit of that spiciness. It doesn't smell much like an actual Marzen. What it smells like right now is very kind of close to an English Old Ale. One of the kind of lower ABV ones, but kind of right around there. She actually smells pretty freaking good, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sure if age did that or whatever, because I'm not the biggest Marzen fan in the world. I can get down with them, especially during drinking sessions, which is what the beers are made for. They're made for you to kind of chug and have fun with a bunch of friends. It's not something you're really going to sit down and pick apart. But, yeah, a little bit of... Man, just that spiciness, that caramel thing. Maybe a touch of, like, a kind of soft smokiness. And that's pretty much it. So, let's dive in. See what she's got. Cheers. That's pretty freaking tasty, to be honest with you. It's definitely not in the Marzen realm of things anymore. The time that this had on it has turned this to almost... This is exactly what it tastes like, actually. It tastes like a pumpkin beer without pumpkin spice. Not necessarily a bad thing. It's coming off really kind of English Old Ale. I actually really do dig this beer. I would never peg this for a Marzen. I don't know how it actually started out. I don't know where it was. But the time, either the wrong beer was put in a bottle, or time has kind of switched this and changed this into something that actually is pretty damn tasty. Like you said, I kind of keep harkening back to kind of like an English Old Ale. That's exactly what this turned into. Nothing really negative about it in any means. Really not much as far as oxidation there. Maybe ever so slightest bit of wet paper, but very minimal. And then you're left with that kind of wash of that kind of caramel. That's kind of your calling card of your kind of English Old Ales. There's a really nice creaminess to it. That's where I think I'm getting that pumpkin thing from. Getting this really nice soft creaminess from it. And there's a little bit of bittering. Just a little bit. Enough to balance off that kind of caramel sweetness that you get from that malt and that age. Yeah. It's a really tasty beer with time on it. I would actually buy a case of this and age it for a year, just to kind of get a beer like this. Because what this is, I'm not gonna lie to you, is one of the best chuggable malt forward beers that I've had in a while. I mean, it's 5 and change. What was it? 5.5% alcohol by volume. Listen, this is exactly the flavor I want from malt forward beer at this low ABV. What can I say? I'm fucking flabbergasted. I thought it was going to be a red hot dumpster fire, but I am wrong, because it is pretty damn tasty. And listen, Schlafly sent me this, and if you've watched my reviews, that by no means protects you from the venom that can spew out of my mouth. I've been really harsh with some of the beers that I've been lucky enough to get from some breweries, so I won't not talk shit. Double negatives on a brewery just because they sent me stuff. So it's not a matter of me just kind of being like, they sent me some free beer. I got to do some lip service. Not the fucking case. It's actually really good. So let's just dive into it. Is it one of the better Marzens I've had as of late? It's not a Marzen. It's an English old ale at this point. And is it one of the better English old ales I've had ever? No. Definitely not the case. Is it one of the better low ABV, sub 6% English old ales? I don't really think they make those, but yes. Yes, it is. Value and availability, I assume it's an Oktoberfest. I assume it comes in 6-packs. Floats in and around a $10 a 6-pack kind of range. And I'll just leave you with this. If you like you like this. If you like old ales. English old ales, man. Because that's the vibe I keep getting on here. It does have a bit of bitterness to it. So there is a little bit more to that than you typically get. More of somewhere between a aged ESB and an English old ale. Somewhere right around there. But if you like your malt forward beers, you like a nice caramel malt forward, rich, creamy kind of impact. But at the same time, you want something that's drinkable. At this age, it's pretty damn fucking tasty. I can't believe I'm saying these words, let's put it that way. Because usually, an aged Marzen is not something, or a Marzen is not something you plan to age, but I'm going to buy a case of this and let it sit for a year, because I need to know if this is what it's like after a year. Because if it is, then people need to gobble this shit up after a year, because it's a totally different beer. Or they just put the wrong beer in the bottle. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully, guys enjoyed the review as much as I did. As surprising as I did. If you didn't anywhere down there, Words and Stuff, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all 4 of those places if you want to check this dude out anywhere else. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully, enjoying a nice English old ale Marzen right now, and aged one at that. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.